So I want to clue you into a little secret. Your body is designed to sleep well at night. I know it may not seem like that if you're having sleep issues, but if everything is working properly, our circadian rhythm, which is the ebb and flow of the hormones melatonin, the sleepy hormone, and cortisol, the alert hormone, should work in such a way that we are most alert during the day and sleepy at night. And our bodies are so smart. Our bodies know when it's nighttime based on the external cues from our environment. And those cues that our bodies pick up on to know that it's nighttime are light and darkness, exercise, and temperature. Now, I know I've talked about light and darkness and how it influences our sleep in the past, but just a quick summary in case you're interested. So our eyes have little neurons in them that collect data from the sun. And so when those neurons are exposed to light, that tells our body to produce cortisol. When those neurons aren't exposed to light, when there's an absence of light, it tells our bodies to suppress cortisol and produce melatonin. Now, I'm sure everyone's heard that before, so it's not new news, but did you know that temperature plays a big role in our ability to sleep? So our normal core temperature is somewhere between 98.6, give or take, depending on the individual. And that's what our core temperature is during the day. So our bodies, when our body temperature is at that temperature, will produce cortisol. And so our body temperature slowly raises during the day and peaks midday and then starts to slowly decline. And it lowers at night. And that lowering of our body temperature will send a signal to our brain to produce melatonin and suppress cortisol. Our body temperature actually has to fall by 2 degrees in order to fall and stay asleep. And our body temperature very gradually declines throughout the night and reaches its low about 90 minutes before you wake up. And it makes perfect sense. If we were sleeping outside, our body temperature would normally lower as the sun sets and the ambient temperature begins to decrease. How smart is that? So this explains why some of you wake up in the middle of the night because you're overheating. That sends a signal to your body to suppress melatonin and produce cortisol. Especially if you're a woman of a certain age who's going through perimenopause, or if you're postmenopausal. I would never tell you to focus on something if it wasn't backed by research. There is plenty of research to show that core temperature matters when it comes to sleep. One study in particular showed that individuals with higher core body temperatures, that they spent less time in slow wave restorative sleep. Another study showed that individuals who had a greater differential between their core temperature and the temperature of their extremities, meaning that their body isn't doing a good job of cooling down its core, that these individuals have lower sleep efficiency and were more prone to wake-ups. A study in 2012 showed that room temperature was one of the most important factors when it came to getting a good night's sleep. You're probably wondering by now, what is the ideal room temperature for sleep? And that would be 65 degrees Fahrenheit. However, it's going to vary per individual. Most doctors recommend keeping your thermostat somewhere between 60 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. And lastly, there was another study of 700,000 individuals that showed that people typically slept poorer in the summer months. So if you're somebody who runs hot and wakes up in the middle of the night sweating, don't worry, you are not doomed to have poor quality sleep. There's plenty that you can do to help support your body's thermoregulation. So first off, I would recommend investing in a tabletop thermometer. That way you know exactly what temperature your room is, because it can vary greatly from what your thermostat says. And as I mentioned, you want to achieve somewhere around 65 degrees. To ensure that your room is the ideal temperature once you hop into bed, I would set up a schedule on your thermostat so that it lowers by a couple degrees before bedtime. You can also take a bath during your bedtime routine or a warm shower. What that's gonna do is it's gonna heat up your body, but as soon as you get out, the blood's gonna run to the surface of your body to your skin, and it's going to cool down your core. In order to ensure that you have good air circulation in your room, run an overhead fan or get a box fan or crack your window open. You also want to make sure that you're sleeping in natural fibers, because natural fibers are very good at temperature regulation. They're going to be insulating, but they're also breathable and wick moisture. The fibers that I look for are linen, wool, organic cotton, and tencel. So when it comes to your sheets, I would choose linen or organic cotton. I really like organic products for sleep because, let's face it, we spend a third of our time sleeping, and you want to make sure you're not exposed to harmful toxins when you are sleeping. And then when it comes to your mattress, again, look for a mattress that is stuffed with wool. I really love Avocados mattresses because they are made of wool and also organic cotton. You can take it a step further by sleeping sandwiched in wool. So you can buy a mattress topper made of wool and a duvet made of wool. Like I said before, that material is really good at temperature regulation. And research actually shows that if you sleep sandwiched in between wool, it improves your sleep by 25%. That's not a number to laugh at. That's definitely significant. Since investing in a wool mattress topper and duvet cover, my husband and I have noticed a significant difference in our sleep. The product that we purchased is from a company called You Are What You Sleep. I would highly recommend them. So I hope that these tips on how to support your body's ideal sleeping temperature will help you to achieve a better night's sleep. If not, as always, I'm here to help. If you want to learn more about working one-on-one with me, you can set up a complimentary 30-minute discovery call on my website, Kelly Murray Adult Sleep. Thanks so much for watching, and sleep well.